Hi, this is Asim.
This is Sujoy.
This is Amrita.
And you're listening to Khandan, a Bollywood podcast about the three main Khans of the Hindi film industry.
Amir,
Salman,
And Shara.
Hi, you're listening to Khandan, a Bollywood podcast regular feed. Thank you so much for your support over the years. We now have a Patreon channel with bonus content and exclusive merch for those of you who would like to support us. Every dollar goes towards creating more and better content. Visit us at patreon.com/Khandan podcast.
Hi and welcome to a new episode of Khandan Podcast. My name is Asim Bernie and I'm joined with my lovely co-hosts Sujoy and Amrita. Hey Sujoy, hey Amrita.
hello.
Hi, lovelies.
I want to start with reading an email today that I got, and I think this will all make sense when I start reading it. This is an email that I got from Shilomit. Dear Amrita, Asim and Sujoy, the past weekend I had to go on a long drive for a friend's funeral, 18 hours travel either way, and downloaded enough Khandan for the whole drive. Listening to you guys kept me awake and sane through that entire stressful, tearful trip. It made me realize that, despite listening since early 2019, I've never told you how much I enjoy the podcast. I love how much you guys love the movies and enjoy hearing your interesting thoughts, including when I don't agree with them. Thanks so much for sharing them. Good wishes to all, Shilomit. I wanted to read this email because I got this email on the 22nd. And I think I sent it to both of you guys, and I was very touched by it. Mm-hmm. And I replied back to Shilomit, asked him, can I read this email? And he said yes. And then 4 days later, I lost one of my dearest and oldest friends, Ahmed Khalil, who actually started You Podcast with me. So it's been a really rough week for me. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to kind of dedicate this episode to Shilomit's friend, whose name was Philip, and my friend Ahmed. Yeah, I just want to kind of start with that. I'm not in my usual state that I am, so I just wanted to hang out with you guys because that makes me happy. And also, I just had this thought that, like 2-3 years ago when we were all in lockdown, we understood how important our friends were. We were doing quizzes and Zooms and, really spending time with each other. And I think life has started again and we've kind of not done that enough. Mm-hmm. So I thought, tell your friends that you love them and make some time to spend time with them, and don't put off the calls that you want to do. And I'm very lucky that Ahmed and me, we literally spoke every week for hours on end, and that's not a thing that guys usually do. Yeah. And I had a very good friendship, and I'm very thankful of that. And you guys know, I don't any relationship that I have, fully commit. With you guys, I love you guys, and I love my friends dearly. And I'm just kind of sad today. So I just wanted to take a moment to talk about that. Yeah.
I just want to say I love you, Asim, and I'm so sorry you're going through this.
Thank you.
And I don't have words. Dealing with loss like that is beyond how you can put it into words. You just need time to heal, and I'm here for you, Asim. I love you dearly, and
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Let's move on. Let's get back to the original show because we do have a lot of things to talk about. I'll try to do my best, guys, okay? But Amrita and Sujoy are here to pick up the slack if needed. We had this other message that we received from our friend Yamini Papucharu on, although she's changed her name on Twitter. But anyway, So, hey, just heard the Romantics episode, and you guys talking about RK Studios. Fun fact: the place where I did my masters in Bombay was right next to RK Studios, and Krishna Raj Kapoor's bungalow was literally next door to us. We actually saw a number of stars turn up in that road when she passed away. I remember seeing Amitabh, Jaya, Shweta turn up in white clothes and caught a couple of glimpses of Bebo and Ranveer as well. When RK Studios burned down, the Kapoors sold the place to Godrej, who are developing it into luxury apartments called Godrej RKS. I'm
Oh wow.
assuming as a tribute. But yeah, essentially the Kapoors wiped their hands off of RK Studios. It's completely gone now. Just realized this is not a fun fact, it's more of a sad fact. So yeah, it goes really well with the theme of this episode, I guess. She further writes, I remember the day RK Studios burned down because we were walking down the road and saw a number of fire trucks and all. It was big news for a while, and I think some people were pushing to restore it. But from what I remember, none of the younger Kapoors, Bebo, Lolo, Ranveer, felt that they had the financial ability to restore it or anything. Sanjana Kapoor still manages Prithvi Theatre, like the one which Sashi and Jennifer set up in Bombay. I don't think she's as actively involved anymore, but she's still in there. That is stage, though, not screen. So I thought that was a really interesting comment from Yamini. And a lot of people have been asking Sujoy, what have your thoughts been on Romantics? Because you weren't able to be there.
Yeah, I really wanted to
yeah.
be able to be, present for the recording for Romantics when you guys had that, but I couldn't, unfortunately, because I was traveling. But it's been a few weeks and I've watched it twice now because that's completely my cup of tea. When it came out, when the trailers were dropped, I knew this was going to be like my obsession, my poison for the month. And obviously there have been millions and millions of threads and think pieces since that came out, and everybody's got their own piece of complaint or praise about this documentary. And I just don't want to overanalyze this. It is what it is, right? It is produced by YRF. It is produced by Uday Chopra. So there's obviously a bit about him as well. And the legacy of Yash Chopra, it doesn't necessarily rely on this documentary. So this is more of a public outing for Aditya Chopra, I think. And that was such a great surprise for me, because here is this, as a lone warrior per se. He's been the torchbearer of Bollywood film industry as such for such a long time, and there's little or nothing that is known to us about him other than his work and other than what his strategies come into fruition over the course of years. And we got the first public appearance of him speaking about his obsession with movies and what his sort of history with movies and his, ever indulgent, ever consuming love for the movies has resulted in the in the production of Yash Raj as a studio. And that's really fascinating to me. And right now, as we said about the RK Studios thing, there is nothing else that comes even close to what Yash Raj have right now. So Aditya Chopra as a filmmaker, Aditya Chopra as a film producer, Aditya Chopra as a studio head honcho, all of those aspects were really fascinating to me. Obviously, it was very, very nostalgic to go down memory lane and look at what Yash Chopra achieved from his, early days to, to his last movie, which was Jab Tak Hai Jaan. And there were some very obvious omissions, which in retrospect, sort of, you can complain about this, like why not more of Veer Zara or Dil To Pagal Hai, but I'm okay with that. I look at it for what it is, and rather than what it could have been or what it is not, and I'm fine with it. I really enjoyed the shit out of this, and I'll probably go back and rewatch, at least the first 2-3 episodes. The final episode was a bit of a I thought it would hit the highs of the first 3, but it did not. But I would probably go back and rewatch the first 3 whenever I'm feeling a bit low or something. It really, like, I really enjoyed it.
Amrita, have you? There's still a lot of conversation going around for this documentary, right?
Yeah.
Have you still been
Yes.
following it a little bit, or like?
No, not really. It is just, I don't know what it is that has all the children riled up these days, but my God, like Twitter is almost unusable. Like this morning, I signed in and I think Shakila and Sal were talking about how the children are trying to say that Madhuri Dixit is not a great actress because apparently all she did was dance around. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? But don't tell me because I can't stand it. Like I
Yeah.
just go away.
Okay.
Yeah, you can only laugh at that. I don't even know where to begin to defend that, or
Yeah.
children. Who's the grumpy boomer now?
Honestly.
Yeah. Let's move on. I think we want to announce the winners from our giveaway, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people signed up to the newsletter, and I think people continue to write up to the newsletter. Like we're still looking for people to sign up. And I think a new edition will be going out in the next week or two, Amrita, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes. So the edition for February went out a couple of weeks ago, and the edition for March should be in your inboxes in about a week's time.
Soonish. Let's say
Yes.
soonish. Let's
Yeah.
not commit. But I think also it will be having details of our meeting in April a little bit more, and a few other
Yes.
things. So do sign up for that. And
It will also have, so this month's giveaway is actually one of my favorite things. So last year, when we were setting up our storefront, we did these stickers that says Khandan Podcast Masala Content, and it's one of the my favorite things that we produced. I actually have like a whole bunch of them. I actually have it on my work computer, which I'm proud. Whatever. And we have 3 of those to give away, and again, it's going out around the world. So wherever you are on planet Earth, we will mail it out to you as long as India Post can get it out to you.
yeah. So we're doing that, but I think let me just. Okay, so the 2 names that got the first winner.
Wait, so how many people signed up in total?
Over around 80-ish people signed up.
Wow, and those were like all the people up until February 28th.
Exactly, yeah. So we put in a deadline. There's been around 80-ish people, but there's been since then a lot of other people that have signed up too. And I think, if you are interested in communicating us directly or getting news from Khandan straight away, then sign up to khandan.substack.com, right? That's the correct address.
Yeah.
So I have 2 here. I'm trying to not read the email because that would not be great. But the first name is. I'm just trying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. So both people have not given us their names, but I think one is Lady Cybele because she's a Patreon follower. So this looks like her email address, and then there's somebody called MMT Melvin. So that's the second result. So we'll email both of these people directly and let them know that they are the lucky winners of our Bones and All Blu-ray competition. Kind of feels
Congratulations.
good.
Congratulations.
Feels good to be able to give
Congratulations.
something back to our listeners this way.
Yeah, I feel like the host of Surabhi. Siddharth Kak and Renuka Shahane.
So yeah, Lady Cybele and MMT Melvin, you are the winners. We'll get in touch with you and then organize your addresses and then send you over the Blu-ray versions, the Blu-rays. I mean, should we talk about some of the songs that came out?
Yes,
You're
please.
dying to. Yeah.
Let's start with I don't know. I've been in pain too much, guys. Let's start with Billy Billy. I don't wanna.
तेरे आगे तो चांद लगे फर्जी और तू ये माने आना माने तेरी मर्जी और तेरे आगे तो चांद लगे फर्जी और तू ये माने आना माने तेरी मर्जी ओ बिल्ली 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 अख गोरिए जिंदे मुंडे अनु पट गोरिए तेरे पिछे फिरने गवारे बिल्ली बिल्ली.
What is this like? This has become like a weekly segment now where Asim has to like sit through the pain of Salman Khan releases.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to. So the few new song dropped. It's like a party bhangra track. I think it's sung by Sukhbir. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I don't know who composed it. I don't know if it's Himesh Reshmiya or not. But yeah, it's there. It's there for people to see. And I have to say, it was funny because you see these teasers and stuff like that. Oh, the song is dropping and stuff like that. And the next day when it dropped, it was dead quiet. Like, I couldn't even find the song on my Twitter timeline. I had to go to YouTube to look for the song. And that never happens. Like, I don't know about you guys, but obviously it's racked numbers on YouTube. It's got the millions and whatever. But literally nobody is talking about that song. And that is odd, right? Like, is it odd or is it just me in my imagination?
Yeah, it's been 6 days and it's got 27 million.
Yeah.
So the reason why I didn't show it to Asim was because I didn't want to add to his pain. I was just like, he's already feeling pretty low. I don't need
some shit.
I don't need to kick him when he's down. And also, let's not forget, like, Asim is not only a resident Salman boy fan, but also he's a resident Akshay Kumar fan. And this is just not a good time for Asim, you guys. Like,
it's not a good time. Oh God! We thought that 2023 would be an improvement in 2022.
Not really. So I was like, but then I have to say, okay, hear me out. I feel Salman is now in his surrealist phase. And that's what we're going to call it. Because when you think about it, like, there is literally no reason for him to have heard the song and been like, you know what? This is what I need at my big age. I need to be in a song called Billy Billy, in which I make cat ears. And then, like, he's so paternal towards Pooja Hegde. It is it's not even like lack of chemistry. It's like the anti-chemistry. It's like, this is where chemistry goes to die. It's just, there's a point in the song where he puts his arm around Pooja, and it is the most paternal action that I have ever seen in my life. Like,
yeah,
it's
the at the wedding when you have the sister dancing with the papa. That's the energy. He even literally gives her a kiss on the forehead in the previous song, right? And you're like that.
But my favorite scene in that song is when there is Salman in a crowd of billies and all the billies are singing Billy Billy, and then Salman is like in the middle of that crowd of billies.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't remember having taken drugs. Like, did I take drugs? Like, what is happening right now?
And they were just trying to do selfie lele re again, right? Like, we'll just add more people, change the mask, we should be fine.
Yeah. They have turned Egyptian now, from Hanuman to... anyway, I think this is a big improvement over Nayo Lagta, guys. So in context, I really liked it.
Actually, the song is not bad. Like the thing is, like, honestly, even Nayo Lagta, the song is not bad, but it's bad for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Including the audience.
Yeah, definitely the audience. Yeah. Sorry.
We're going to watch this, right, Asim? Me and you.
Like, do we have a choice? Like, we've committed to this brand. Yeah. Now I'm questioning the brand. Khandan kuch aur nahi naam rakh sakte the.
Khandan minus Salman.
when is it coming out, by the way?
Eid.
Yeah,
The
Eid, yeah.
Eid is when?
This is the Eid release. I don't know where. Bolo, Asim, when is Eid?
Eid should actually be the 23rd of April-ish,
Okay.
22nd, 23rd, 21, depending on, how your moon rises, that kind of thing.
Arey
Yeah.
wah, mera birthday gift from Salman.
Yeah, direct.
But,
तुम्हारे लिए बनाया है.
but when is it coming out? Like,
That weekend, right?
That weekend, now, so Friday probably, yeah. 21st.
अच्छा, so then meetup के लिए हम ये देखते हैं.
Yeah, that's a good
God.
idea. Yeah,
Yeah, get completely wasted on weed and just go to.
it's a good idea. We can let's plan. Let's plan before we when we figure it out. So
Yeah.
this could be a potentially good one to watch. So I was saying, like, the thing is, I don't like Bhangra and Punjabi music generally. Like, it's not my thing. So this is not a song that I would necessarily appreciate, but I think it's fine. It's just like it looks bad. Like, it looks bad. Salman needs to fire the entire team. Like, everybody that advised him about making this movie with this actress, with this cast, like, even Venkatesh is in there. Why is he in there? Like, I don't understand why Salman and him need to do a movie together. They have nothing to do with each other.
It's like when they decided they wanted to do like a pan-India film and they're like, South ke kisi hero ko lete hain, but they were like, kaun hai South ka hero? And they weren't sure. And they were like, remember that guy that used to be in Hindi films once upon a time? And they were like, Venkatesh. And they were like, yes. And they went and got him.
Maybe it's like, because he's wearing a hairpiece, Salman's looks less bad. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Remember when we were complaining about Shah Rukh's face in Pathan and then Salman's face hai ye? Like, this is, what is it that they're doing to his face?
I think that's his face, Asim.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think that they're like wiping it clean, like, too much Instagram filter. Like, the AI is not working.
Oh my God. Can somebody stop putting the stupid filter on people? I mean, we'll talk about it in a minute, but oh my God. I hate that stupid filter.
I mean, you guys are talking about that. I just watched The Legend, guys.
It's the same filter, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh my God. That
finish The
movie is.
Legend?
No. I only managed to survive 30 minutes of it, and that was enough. He started airbending shit. And that was like, yeah.
I saw that clip on TikTok where he turns boobs into Gandhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amrita, you have to watch it.
Oh my
He turns
God.
boob into Gandhi.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't be body shaming, but oh my God. Something's just not right about this movie.
Which one are you talking about? Billy Billy or The Legend? With,
The
like,
Legend,
both?
The Legend, or both. It applies to both. But yeah. Oh, that hair.
I do want to know what the movie is about, though. Kisi ki bhai, kisi ka jaan. Like, what is it? I still don't know. They've just dropped these songs and this long hair promo and like miscast leads. And like, what is the movie about? I still do not understand. Like, second song that came out, Show Me the Thumka.
Oh, yeah.
पहन के जोड़ा लाल कलर का तूने मचाया खूब तहलका बाय गॉड तू लगती है जैसे स्विमिंग पूल में फूल कमल का चल दिखा जरा जो तेरा डांस मूव है सुन जरा मस्त ग्रूव है मामला फूल प्रूफ है सोनिए दिल पे गिरी एक जोर की बिजली लौंग का तेरे जब लिश्कारा चमका 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 शो मी द ठुमका
Amrita, I want to go to you, but could there be a more starker contrast between, Billy Billy and Show Me the Thumka? Like, like everything wrong in one is everything that's good in the other. And they probably spent like an eighth of the money that they spent on Billy Billy, right?
I don't know if they actually spend an eighth of the money. I think it's just that Love Ranjan makes everything look really cheap. I think like everything is right about that song except for the director. because like there's that weird filter that neither Ranbir nor Shraddha need that filter, by the way. Like, I don't understand why. It makes it look as if neither of them know how to lip sync, which is not true. But also I've read a lot of like Kranti takes about this song, about like, oh, this is everything that's wrong with Bollywood, blah blah blah, and I would beg to disagree.
Sorry, so what are the takes? Because I think this is one of the perfect songs. I don't understand what is wrong. So what is the
Yeah.
criticism?
Like so because like it uses like English words, and then it's apparently it's too sexy. It objectifies Shraddha too much. I'm like, guys, we just had this exact same conversation with Besharam Rang. Like, like, can we
I
move
mean,
on?
I think everybody who's saying Shraddha is shown too sexy, they are all men. Right?
She's too sexy in Show Me the Tumka, but the other one, Tere Pyar Mein, she's not too sexy, but she's in an actual bikini? Or
I have no idea. Like, everyone has just worms in their brains these days. Yeah, for me, like, it's Sunidhi belting it out of the park, right? Like,
Yeah.
Sunidhi is just gorgeous. Like, she's just absolutely fun. And there's like, it's this. See, this is the thing that people don't get about Bollywood songs, which is that there is an element of acting involved in the singing as well. So it's not just the visual performance that you're focusing on, but it's also the voice performance that you are connecting to. Which is why Shami Kapoor, for example, was a huge star, because Mohammed Rafi was acting his voice off for Shami, and that is what Sunidhi does, and she does it so well. And in this one, like, like there's that part where Shraddha says like something, like Sunidhi singing for Shraddha, and she says basically something something tumme not right hai.
yeah.
And it is such a fun little part. Like, but like that entire song is full of these fun little parts, but also credit where it's due. Like, Shraddha and Ranbir absolutely elevate the song, because this could have been a nothing song in the hands of like lesser performers. It would have been a completely nothing song. We would all have been like, well, this is annoying, and then just moved on. But because those two like really spark off each other, they know their jobs, they know how to sell it, because one of the more legit criticisms that I heard about the song, in my opinion, is that this really feels like Dilli Wali Girlfriend Redux. Which, yes, like, and this is what I mean by saying that Love Ranjan is a terrible director, because anyone with half a brain who could have seen when like Ranbir showed up on the sets and been like, hey, maybe you want to change that kurta, like literally that much would have helped. So I do see that, like I've seen bits and pieces of other Love Ranjan movies, and I've seen him try and get this exact same vibe between his leads, and it's never really sparked for me. So I can genuinely see like, okay, fine. So this is what he was trying to achieve for all this time.
I think the most low-key, sexy thing in this song is the line where he says, "Ittar koi janleva laga ke," and he lifts her armpit. I was like, this is like the weirdest kink I have ever seen in my life, but it kind of works, Like, they've been dancing in the sweaty sun, but then he lifts her arm and calls it an ittar. I was like, wow. New kink unlocked, Like, this is kind of hot.
The choreography in this song is like really weird.
It's a bit like a Telugu song choreography, right? When they unlock anti-gravity somehow, when Ranveer is like sort of leaning on her waist and he just hops around. That's obviously physics not working there, but it works for me in some ways. But
and
yeah,
of
it's
course,
weird.
that was another thing where people were like, they were on wires, right? Like, also others. I'm like, shut the up. Nobody cares.
It's like,
Yeah.
they're not really singing these songs, right? They have playback singers,
What?
right? Like what?
Oh.
They're not actually in love, right? They're actually actors, right?
So one thing that I've noticed in the one song that came before this, Pyar Hota Kai Baar Hai, and then this, is that Love Ranjan loves the shit out of establishing wide shots of the Haveli or the rooftop nightclub, which does nothing for the song. Like, Ek Baar
Exactly.
Theek Hai, that this is the location where all the dance is happening, Ek Baar Theek Hai. But even in a 2-minute teaser, you're getting like 19 shots of the Haveli. And I'm like, why? Just show me the dance.
Joy,
And
on the last Bangkok trip, a drone was bought. And they
yes.
have to now use it now. He probably bought it for his nephew, but he's expensed it on the business account. And now he has to put those shots in.
Sure.
But I agree with you. It makes it look like, especially the Haveli, it makes it look cheaper. I think
Yeah.
that's what Amrita was saying, that it makes it look cheap. It's really that weird, because it's also like a Bhoot Haveli that's like surrounded by nothing. Like, it's just like pops up in the middle of the grounds in probably
Yeah.
Punjab. And it's weird. It's a weird shot. Yeah, I agree with you, Sujat.
Which takes us to the next new song that came out of Tu Chuti Mein Makkar, which is O Bedar Dia.
Yeah.
And I've been listening to it on a loop, man.
प्यार झूठा था जताया ही क्यों, प्यार झूठा था जताया ही क्यों, ऐसे जाना था तो आया ही क्यों, ऐसे जाना था तो आया ही क्यों, ऐसी तुम कर तू जरा और सितम कर दिया, आजा बेवजह सा ये रिश्ता खत्म कर दिया, ओ बेदर्दिया यार बेदर्द.
I love
it, but I want to say one thing though. Because of Show Me the Thumka, I really, really love the voice of Shashwat Singh, because I really think it suits Ranbir. Like, for a moment, I almost thought it was Ranbir singing the song.
Oh, wow.
And I'm loving all the Arijit songs, but don't you feel that there is a moment in every recent Arijit song where his vocal cords are sending us a distress message to the audience, like saying, Pritam has me in a dungeon, please liberate me, free Britney.
No, when I was listening to Obe Daddiya, like, I kept thinking, like, this is such a KK song. Like, it would have been sublime if KK had sung it. Not that Arijit is doing a bad job of it, but I just, this is a KK song.
Yeah. I freaking love that song, man. I've been listening to it on a loop. I totally agree. KK would have killed the shit out of this song. And like, even Pyar Hota Kai Baar Hai, I think like KK or Benny Dayal would have been amazing with it. Or even Kunal Kanchawala. Man, Pyar Hota Kai Baar Hai requires that really sharp vocal. And Arijit has a very like echoey, flatter voice, I think, is how I would describe it. But O Bedar Dia, the lyrics, the melody, I'm just like, this is very much like Ab Tere Bin, of this generation. I really, really like it.
I have honestly, I only saw the song once, and so I don't have many thoughts. I haven't
even seen the video. I've only been
yeah.
I've seen the
hot,
video.
Man.
Yeah, I've seen
the video's hot again.
No, I've seen that video once, but like Sujoy, I've just been like listening on repeat on my phone.
But they got really good chemistry though, Ranveer and Shraddha, right? Like, I think they go really well together, and I have not seen. It's fresh. Like, I hadn't seen this pairing before, and it works. So it's
isn't there some sort of gossip about why that is? Like, why haven't we seen these two together before?
Oh, is there gossip? What's the gossip?
I think so. I think like when Shraddha first started out, she was definitely considered B-list and not like good enough to act opposite the Ranbir Kapoor.
Yeah.
And she had to sort of like work, which is crazy because she's like Padmini Kolhapuri's niece. She's Shakti Kapoor's daughter. But she had to sort of work her way up, to like 70 million ABCD films.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Has she worked her way up really? Because like, what has she done? Like that's been Ashiki too, maybe? That was the
I mean,
biggest one.
yeah. I mean, that's another thing, right? Like her entire shtick in PR seems to be like no controversy, no nothing. But that also means she's highly forgettable. So she has the personality of blank paper. So you're
Like
just
she really, she even featured in Heather, if you guys remember, and she was amazing in it, but nobody talks about that performance anymore.
I totally forgot she was in Heather until you just mentioned it.
But she has a good fan following, like on
Yeah.
Twitter and stuff like that.
But
People
her
do
fan
like
following is like basically based on her being like fair and able to dance, which is also. And then I found like a whole bunch of people who were shocked to find out that she's 36 years old and she's like actually very like age appropriate for Ranbir. And I'm like, yeah, like they all grew up together, like her and Varun and Ranbir and all of them.
Yeah. Oh, she was in Baghi 3. I'm just going through her filmography, but honestly, she's not left a mark at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, she has delivered hits, I guess, Chichore was kind of also...
Yeah, Stree.
Yeah. Sorry?
Stree.
Yeah, Stree was, that was a big one, yeah. Let's move on some of the stuff we watched.
But before we go any further, we just wanted to give a shout out to our wonderful Patreons, Veronica, Tushar, Lala Land, Miranda, Nazia, Escor, Ismail, Maithili, AH, Miraj, Pragati, Krishnakant, Ali, Ash, Prithvi, Snigdha, Namta, Sack 100, Anne, Yamini, Ashwin, Syed, Paresh, Grandmaster, Hanisha, Lisa, Beans, Mayuri, Anem, and She.
Mayuri, NJ, Nobody, Danielle, Carrie, Nina, Meera, Shreya, Meher, Turtle Pirate, Nush, Shreya, Kim, Shruti, Anushka, Aryu, Angelique, Rachna, Sohela, Tanvi, Viral, Dahlia, Sachin, Heather, Rita, Netflix, Manveer, Swaroop, and Sushant.
And then Bolilista, Sunita, Amrit, Beth, Sona, Amrita, Neha, Samyukta, Shehzad, Nim, Aparna, Usama, Jasmine, Sirjana, Nandini, Sunita, Pamela, Ruhi, Rehani, Farzana, G, Deepta, Mofi, Karen, Devansh, Javeria, Supriya, Usha, Pranjal, Lena, Puitams, Nika, SK, Abdullah, Shakila, Jackie, Nafsharan, Lady Sybil, Suha, Irfan, Chitra, Geetika, Manish, Shah, Drama Panda, Rebecca, and Iza and Deepti. Yeah, that's it. That's all of the roll call. We did it all. Thank you all for being, supporters of Khandan Podcast and being, part of our Patreon. And we will be seeing all of you next week at the Patreon quiz. So if you do want to come and join the quiz, sign up to Patreon and you can join us next week.
हमारी अब पार्टी चल रही है सर।
Your husband always ruins my photos. Cheers. चल आजा चाची के साथ चलो चलो।
तुम सबसे एक दो बातें करनी है। मैंने एक छोटा सा मकान खरीदा है पौंडीचेरी में। अब मैं वहीं रहूंगी।
मुझसे पूछ के किसी ने लिया तो नहीं फैसला, ना मम्मी ने ना तुम्हारे सुपुत्र ने। क्या हुआ? कैब के लिए वेट कर रहा हूँ, आजा छोड़ देता हूँ। मीटिंग में ऐसे ही जाते हो? तो मैं पहनता हूँ।
Do you want to get into Gulmohar a little bit, Sujoy?
Yeah, I mean, I began watching it yesterday because everybody and anybody on Twitter was talking a lot about this movie that dropped on Disney Hotstar. It's directed by Rahul Chitela, written by him and Arpita Mukherjee, and it stars Sharmila Tagore, Manoj Bajpayee, Suraj Sharma, Simran, Amol Palekar. Like the list goes on and on. It's such an impressive cast, and it talks about this affluent Delhi-based Batra family who are moving out of their age-old home, which have been their home for almost 34 years. And the father of of the family passed away, and I think that's not necessarily discussed, but the repercussions of that, and then there is some underlying tension between each member of the family, and there are strands of stories that come out of each room of that house, is what Gulmohar is all about. And I think the mother that is played by, or the grandmother is played by Sharmila Tagore, and I mean, this is a very like family drama, but also slice of life that happens in those 4 days before Holi, kind of a movie. And I don't think I was in the right frame of mind to watch this, and I think I needed to be in a much calmer state to enjoy it more. It has that kind of monsoon wedding hangover, is what like I felt whilst watching it, and I think I would appreciate it more if I were to watch it on a different day, perhaps. But it has some smart lines, but it was again like a bit lost on me. The performances are all A's, the writing is great, and the dialogues are great, but yeah, I didn't quite feel it.
Amrita, did you get a chance to watch this movie?
No, but I do want to watch it. Like it was something that I was going to watch today.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be for me. What do you think, Sujoy? Should I watch this? Should I give it a shot? Because it really doesn't look like something I would enjoy.
Depends how much of a fan of Sharmila and Manoj Vajpayee you are, because they are really knocking it out of the park in this one.
And that's basically why I want to watch it.
Yeah. The songs are also kind of good, right? Like I saw people praising the songs and things like that.
Yeah, it's composed by Siddharth Khosla, who also composed for This Is Us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The next show that came out was Taj on Disney Hotstar.
No. Z5.
Is it not? Is it Z5? Oh,
yeah.
That's why, guys. I was searching for it on Disney Hotstar. I was like, oh, maybe it hasn't shown up yet. Now, see, good thing that we run a podcast, so I can be, informed of these things.
We are just watch for you.
You guys watched an episode, right? Amrita, what did you think of Taj?
I don't know yet how I feel about it. Like it is, so it's Nasiruddin Shah, Sandhya Mridal, Aditi Rao Hydari as Anarkali. Nasiruddin Shah plays Akbar, obviously. And then it's 3 young men whom I've never seen before, although one of them looks like Ali Fazl if Ali Fazl didn't know how to act. And then like a whole bunch of like character actors. And it's basically about succession politics in the Mughal Empire towards the end of Akbar's reign. And the first episode does a pretty good job of setting up the scene and like introducing you to characters while also hinting at certain mysteries that will be unfolded as we go along. But I don't know about the politics of this show, and I don't want to particularly think about the politics of everything that I watch. But in this one, it becomes a little bit. You can't escape it just because, like, anytime somebody on the right wing in India talks about Muslim atrocities or anything, it always starts with Akbar for some reason. You'd think they'd at least start with Babur or something. And they're like, no, we'll start with Akbar. So this does begin with the siege of Chittorgarh, and then sort of like goes its way through. But I'm hoping, and I think they might try and get a more layered understanding of who these people are, rather than these are people who just are just greedy for the throne and willing to murder everyone. So another weird thing is that it is apparently written by and directed by all white people.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. It's weird.
I don't know how to process that.
Known white people or just like random people that they found in the streets
white people. I don't know who these people are.
Like, when Yashraj used to just get random white people to dance in the background, And it's like now they're just getting random white people to direct a show.
Like the director is called Ron Scalpello. The last movie he is known for.
Dude, that doesn't sound like a real name. That sounds like somebody who's been in the FBI, like witness protection program. And they just send you to India and give you a job.
Burt Macklin, FBI.
Sorry, you were saying what is he directed?
None of these movies I've heard of or seen. These look like Poundland movies. Like he made a movie called The Corrupted that came out in 2019, 5.7 on IMDb, stars people who are not known. Maybe like Timothy Spall and Noel Clarke. Oh, these are like Hugh Bonneville. Also, this is like a BBC TV movie kind of thing. No. I don't know how these people got roped into making a period piece on Indian TV, and like the only person who is
with money, Sujoy. That's how they got roped.
I mean, yeah, but how did they find them? How did Z get to find them? And like the only Indian person is the one who's writing dialogue. Well, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I still don't know if I want to continue watching it. It's like episode 1 was fine, then episode 2 dropped, and like I halfway through it, I just got so disinterested and zoned out. So I'm not sure if I want to invest 10 whole episodes in this.
How does it compare to that other show Empire that came out like a century ago? Remember that one, Empire?
Yeah, I think I remember, or I don't know if it's the Mandela effect, but I remember kind of enjoying Empire, and that's not here.
Yeah.
This is not camp enough, and this does not have, I don't know, this feels cheaper in a way. Even though this is supposedly Z5's most expensive show yet, I just don't see it yet. Like there is a drone shot and the CGI is terrible.
You're really impressed with drones lately, huh?
I'm very unimpressed.
Drone corner with Sujoy lately. Is there actually a second season of Empire coming out? Like literally nobody talks about that anymore.
No. Yeah, that's the problem with Hotstar shows as well, right?
Yeah. Although the last one, like Night Manager, that came out like the first 4 episodes, and then I think the next 4 are coming out in June. That's what I heard on Sucharita's interview with Anil Kapoor, which was fun. It was a really fun interview to watch. What did you think of Night Manager, sir?
अंधेरे के उस पार रोशनी नहीं, अक्सर और गहरा अंधेरा होता है। दूर से तमाशे की तरह बस देखो तो जंग कितनी खूबसूरत चीज है, खासकर उनके लिए जो लड़ना नहीं, लड़ना चाहते हैं। It's show time now.
So I haven't seen the original with Tom Hiddleston and Hugh Laurie. I think I've watched like the first 30 minutes of the original because I wanted to see how similar it is after I watched this one. And I quite enjoyed this version, actually. They've sort of, done some changes into this show to make the guilt on, Aditya Roy Kapoor's character a bit more obvious, and I think I haven't seen the original, so I don't know how fleshed out Olivia Colman's character is shown as Tilottama Shom is in this one, but I really enjoy watching Tilottama Shom on screen, and I'm quite confused why she is not on the publicity posters, but obviously Aditya Roy Kapoor and Anil Kapoor take more center stage in the first 4 episodes of the show, and I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. This is by far Aditya Roy Kapoor's best work yet, and Anil Kapoor is Anil Kapoor, man. Whenever he walks in the room, there's a star in the room, and he exudes that, I'll kill you with my looks, and Shobita Dhulipala looking hot and troubled, and there's something going on with her story as well. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the second part of the season, but I'm not sure why this release strategy. Why not just make it a weekly release if they want to prolong the conversation? Why release like 4 episodes now and 4 episodes in June? I don't know if that helps, or I don't know what the reasoning for that is.
I think it works quite well actually because it has the whole binge formula where we can sit through 4 episodes, and then it does, because it is a good product. Like, Amrita, you have seen the original, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I have.
Do you remember much about it? Did you like it?
It's been a while, but yeah, I do remember liking it. Like, it was
Yeah.
all the rage when I first moved to the UK.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah. And they were trying to remake this a long time with Hrithik Roshan too. Like they that was the idea. Like he would take over the Tom Hiddleston role. For me, like the original, like Amrita is saying, it was a lot of hype around that show, and I came to it much later. Like I watched it a couple of years later,
Right.
and I was like, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like so many other British shows, like sure, it has a bit more of a budget, and it has bigger, like Tom Hiddleston, like depending on how much of you think he's a star or not. But I think this is honestly better than the original. I also finished all 4 episodes, and I think this is one of those shows that adds a lot more. They make a lot of changes, and most of the changes are actually a big improvement. What you're mentioning about the guilt that Aditya Roy is feeling, I think they elevate this a lot more in the remake. And it hits you much more than it did, I feel, in the original, where I didn't like. It was more, it felt more like just the shock of what had happened, where here he feels like really, like it really tugs your heartstrings that he couldn't save the girl, and also just like putting there, a 14-year-old girl is a big change to what the original was, so that really works for me. I think, when you have Anil Kapoor, like he's just a very, very pretty man, like, like you have Hugh Laurie on the other hand, like there's like no comparison there. And sorry, we're being a bit disrespectful. I feel we're making fun of people a bit harsher than we usually are. But yeah.
But facts are facts, Asim. Hugh Laurie, and then there's Anil Kapoor. Come on.
Yeah. But even like, I'm not I've never been a fan of Elizabeth Debicki. Like, I don't know. Like her shtick doesn't work for me. Like the whole tall blonde thing, it's never been my thing. And I think Shobita Dulipali is amazing. Like she looks so good. Like it's insane. Like scorching. So I think on all level it's been improved. Like what else do you want to add? Like it looks lush. It looks like they spend the budget in a right manner, not like buying pussycat masks and like spending all your money there. I think
and like I'll have to also mention, this is such a little thing, but the international format of a pilot episode, just starting with a cold open, and then from episode 2 onwards you have the star titles, right? And the star titles here are amazing. Like they sort of have that Lord of the War as well as the Good Fight kind of the slow motion CGI and breaking and war and all those guns and stuff. I really like, this is an Indian production, let's not forget about that, and I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. I think in the original, Olivia Colman was probably my favorite, and I think here, even there, Titloma does a much better job than the original. I mean, the thing is,
Sorry,
like,
what did you call her?
Tilitoma.
Tilottama.
Sorry.
Tilottama.
What did I say? I don't even know what I said.
Tilitoma.
Tilitoma.
You made her almost Italian.
Tilitoma. I'm putting her in a White Lotus season 3. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you, Amrita.
I have not seen her play a role like this before, and I think that's really refreshing, where I feel Olivia Colman, her shtick is something I know. This felt very, very fresh and very cool. So I really, really appreciate it. And I'm super excited for the next 4 episodes to drop. So I think it worked for me. And even also Saswata Chatterjee, who's playing kind of a gay character, right?
Yeah.
I think that's also quite well done, right?
So I don't again, like I don't know what happens in the original, so this was all fresh for me. So yeah, he's playing it quite like it's not stereotypically effeminate or gay as he would be in a show. It's quite layered in his performance. And then I was quite surprised to also see Ravi Bell pop out of nowhere. I haven't seen him in ages since Boogie Woogie.
Who's Ravi Bell?
Ravi Bell is the guy who is like the guy who keeps on cheating on his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gotten older since his IMDb picture.
Yeah. He do you remember Narsimha with freaking
Sunny Deol.
Sunny
Okay,
Deol?
wait, that's him?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
God damn it. Oh my God. Mind blown. Oh wow. I did not. And oh, dude, I hope they make him dance, man.
Yeah, he used to be one of the best dancers in the country, man.
Yeah, wow. I had no clue. That was him. Crazy.
Yeah, the beer toned is there.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Amrita, I think I could recommend this one for you. You know, if you have a chance, do watch it. You know, it's not bad.
The biggest drawback for me for this series is Aditya Roy Kapoor because dude cannot act. So
I think that works in his favor in this because he's supposed to, have a poker face. So yeah, I think he's done quite good.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad in this. So I have no notes on it. The moments that he needs to emote, I think he does quite well. So yeah, it's maybe he is more of a streaming star than he is a big screen movie kind of guy. You know, maybe he's found his niche. You know, yeah.
विजय सर कोई नॉर्मल स्टार नहीं है हम सबके दिलों के सुपरस्टार है वो
जंगल मेरा मुझे कहते हैं शेर
मुझे साल में 4 पिक्चरें करनी होती हैं 2 OTT की भी और 28 एड्स भी हैं सर 17 शोज और एक आधा रियलिटी शो भी करना
A last thing I watched, I don't know if you guys did you guys ever watch Driving License? Amrita, did you watch it?
no, I didn't.
Okay. So I watched Selfiee. I got invited quite early to a press screening, which is usually a good sign because it means that a production house is confident in the product they've launched. Literally we get a screening is the day before. So we have to write up our, we can't even think of what we're writing. We just have to be the quickest, fastest, and that's what the state of Bollywood journalism and criticism is because there's literally no time. So Dharma gave us a press screening at least 6-7 days ago, which is an ultimate luxury. And, but then when the movie dropped, I don't think I expected the amount of hate that's been piled up on Akshay Kumar kind of all tumbling down in one go. It's like, when you're in the casinos and you just keep putting a coin in the slot machine and then eventually you start, all of the coins come out. And it's been like that, everybody that's been hating on Akshay Kapoor for so long, somebody pulled the slot and all of it come down where it's his career is now apparently over and he's going to quit movies and things like that. And I think a lot of the hate is justified. People don't like him. I get it. But it's just weird that it's on this movie because this movie is actually not that bad, compared to all of the crap I've had to sit through. And then I went back and I watched the original because I remember a lot of people, praising that movie and saying that it was good. And the thing is, it is better than Selfiee. Driving License is better as a movie than Selfiee, but it's not that much better. And it's what I can appreciate is Selfiee is a real adaptation. They do change it, and the director is able to make his own movie. It's Raj Mehta, so he's done Jug Jug Jio, and and Good News, so he kinds of make these flashy, happy, Punjabi-based kind of movies, right? With a bit of broad comedy in there, and songs that are flashy, and that's what you get. when you get a Raj Mehta, and that's what Selfie is and what it delivers. But the original is not that. The original is very much, a smaller movie, very much rooted in the conflict, and it also speaks way much more to the power structures in place, and even it criticizes the government and the setup and things like that, where all of that is erased in Selfie. But what you do get with Selfie is you get like a bona fide, Akshay Kumar action star. And that is something other people cannot play, like, I'm not saying Prithvi Raj, what is it, Prithvi Raj?
Yeah,
Right?
Prithviraj, yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a star or whatever. I'm not saying, but it's not Akshay, right? Akshay is like he's been doing this for so long, and like he's one of the biggest stars in India. And when Ayushmann is playing him in an action hero, Akshay Kumar is that guy, so that's what you kind of get. But then it also does these weird thing where the original one, the intro scene of Prithvi Raj is an action sequence. Right? So the fan goes to watch him, and he's like, the intro is like a full-on action sequence. The Akshay Kumar version is like a hip-hop Punjabi weird song. And then, wait, why does Akshay not get an action sequence? And I think that's where the disconnect for me lied, where, like, why are we suddenly presenting him in the thing that we do not like Akshay to do, and not give the audience and his fans the thing that he actually is good at? So it's a weird one. I think it's going to be fine when it comes on streaming. I think people will discover it and say it's not a bad movie, it's not actively punching you in the face. But I think somebody, the coins just got accumulated in the slot machine of hate, and it's all come tumbling down on Akshay on this one. Like, it did less than Shahzada in terms of numbers, I think, which is insane, but yeah.
Is Imran Hashmi good though in the movie?
Imran Hashmi is really good in it. He's really good in it. Yeah, for sure.
That's sad news for Imran though, because he's been
Yeah.
I feel bad for Imran and I feel bad for the director. I do not feel bad for Akshay because he's basically reaping what he sowed.
Yeah. And it has some like good, like also like jokey things. Like, he's like, obviously he's Akshay, so he's starring in movies. And one movie is called Falak Tak. And then another one is called Don't Angry Me, from Rowdy Rathore.
Yeah.
And everybody's like complaining, yeah, ye thoda maasi ho gaya, next time thodi classy banana, that kind of thing. So it does understand what it's trying to do. Nusrat Barucha, I think that's her name, right? She plays Nagging Wife, the sequel, because I got really like whiplash because she was playing the exact same role in Ram Setu, where she's always also playing the nagging wife, but here she's playing Imran Hashmi's nagging wife, not Akshay's. It's I also, what do you guys feel about this common man versus star trope? Because we've seen it, like, in Fan, in Billu Barbar, even in Nanna Jaisalmer.
Wow. For the true Bobby fans out there.
Yeah. What do you I don't know if they should be making these movies anymore.
I feel like Fan said everything anyone could ever say about it. So, like, go away.
Yeah.
Go away. I mean, it's difficult for the new generation of actors because are there any like true fans of any of these new people? Like, are people queuing up to see Ranveer Singh or Varun Dhawan or even Kartik Aaryan? I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird that this one didn't work, but I also get why it didn't work. Like, I think people just want bigger movies. They want like a full-on, masaledar action movie kind of thing, and this is not that. And but I think people like, it's a family entertainer, watch at home, that kind of thing. Like Saaf Sutri, you can watch it with the family and all that kind of thing. But I just don't think there's an audience in theaters for that at the moment. We all want a Pathan. I think that's what we want. I think that's it for this episode, right?
Yeah, I think we've covered all our bases.
Yeah, I think next episode we're probably doing Tu Jhuti Mein Makar. Sujoy, you gonna come with me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Let's do that one, the next one. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think, do we want to talk a little bit about Triangle of Sadness for Patreon? If you're a Patreon, keep listening. We're going to do a little bit more talking about the Triangle of Sadness. But if you're not, this is the end of this episode. Sujoy, where can people find you online?
I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at 93K. And you can follow the Khandan Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Khandan Podcast.
Amrita?
I'm on Twitter at AmritaIQ, and if you would like to be considered for our lucky draw, then we are giving away 3 Khandan stickers that say masala content. There will be photos on Twitter and Instagram, so you can check it out what it looks like. We're giving that away for the month of March to... we're going to do like a lucky draw of 3 people from everyone that has subscribed to our newsletter at khandan.substack.com.
Nice. And I'm at Asim Bernice. Follow us at, Khandan Podcast. Drop us an email at youpodcasting@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.
Khandan Podcast. Girl, you're my